Pakistan, where capital Islamabad is encountering a colossal show of defiance. In the wee hours of Thursday, expelled Prime Minister Imran Khan entered fortified Islamabad with his convoy. The situation soon turned chaotic as PTI supporters started marching towards the city's D-chowk. Several instances of violence have already been reported before the PTI supporters entered Islamabad. The Pakistani police fired tear gas and baton charged them. Imran Khan supporters moved police barriers with a bulldozer once Khan supporters forced their way into the capital. And for more on this, the Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is joining us live from Islamabad in Pakistan. Hi Anas, my first question to you is that Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan has reached Islamabad along with his supporters. He is now headed towards D-chowk. How will the action unfold once he reaches the protest site?
Well, Rahisha, good morning to you too from Islamabad. Imran Khan is not far away. If I go through the other side, and I can actually spot his caravan that is there. I'll try to move and show that to you as well for the benefit of our viewers, for the understanding. This is the Jinnah Avenue that's there, and about 5 to 6 kilometers from here at top is where Imran Khan's caravan is. If you can probably see the number of people that are gathered there, that's where that's the container, and it's slightly at a distance, but Imran Khan will be here at the Jinnah Avenue towards D-chowk. Now D-chowk is right in front of me, and I'll just get aside and try to show you that which side is the D-chowk. This side is the D-chowk. If you can see behind this car, this smoke that's still rising, that is the D-chowk. Shelling still continues sporadically even now. But it has come to a significant halt since what it was happening over the night. Rahisha?
Yes, Anas, you've been tracking this for the past few days. Can you also elaborate and tell us how were the scenes last night when the Imran Khan's rally entered Islamabad?
Well, before even that, D-chowk looked like a literal war zone. There was intense shelling that was done that began at roughly 8 p.m. Pakistan time, and it continued overnight. Scores of shells that have been fired. But what is unprecedented is the amount of women, children, ladies, men, they're all out, be that be young, be that be old, be that be children. They're all out on the roads. They've spent the night literally on the road for one reason, or probably for two reasons. One, for sheer love for their leader, out of sheer love for their leader. That is number one. And number two being that they were boxed on both the directions. The one that's in front of me, that's the D-chowk, and from where Imran Khan's currently coming from, that's behind me, that's the Jinnah Avenue entrance. Both sides were boxed, and in fact the sides as well, the Nazimuddin Road and the Ibn Sina Road side, both were boxed, and shelling was being intensely being done over here. So people literally had nowhere to go. They slept on the roads. They helped each other. We saw a couple of people falling sick, of course, due to the intensity of the shelling that continued for a long while. But as I said, these are unprecedented scenes in Pakistani politics that we've seen. You see women, you see children, you see families. Even now, if I just explain to you the mood, that's a family that's going. You don't see that sight quite often in Pakistani politics. So that, as I said, it is unprecedented. Imran Khan calls it a quote-unquote revolution, but as I said, it's nothing short of what we call something that is out of the blue and unprecedented. Rahisha?
Right, Anas, like you mentioned that there were women, there were ladies, and despite shelling and clashes with the police, Imran Khan supporters are undeterred. You showed us visuals of families walking towards the protest site. They are now calling for a sit-in protest until dates for fresh polls are announced. What can you tell us on that?
Well, in a very short while from now, we'll be seeing Imran Khan approaching. He's about 4 kilometers, maybe 5 from where I'm standing. I can see him with the naked eye. And he says, or rather he's adamant, that until and unless a fresh election is called, he will not be moving from here. That's what Imran Khan says. Now, with the economic condition not so good, with the looming political crisis, the looming economic crisis, you never know what happens. But this is a test, this is a challenge for Imran Khan's party men or supporters for one very reason. They've held the fort for the night, despite of the intense amount of shelling. That is number one. But they have another challenge at hand, that is the heat. Today the temperatures are expected to soar up to 42 degrees. And if they're able to hold back, then what happens then? If he has a crowd, if he has numbers with him, what happens then? The government will certainly be under pressure. They've already called the military for the security of the red zone and important buildings. Certainly they are feeling the heat. And as I said earlier, his crowd was ridiculed. We marched, or we covered him from Peshawar until Islamabad. The numbers when they started from Peshawar, they were definitely very, very low. But till the time they entered Islamabad, and what hit them in Islamabad was certainly out of expectation. The amount of welcome, the amount of families, women, children out on the roads of Islamabad, we've never seen a sight like that before. So that has definitely boosted his confidence, and that will definitely help as a morale booster for Imran Khan. But as I said, the test for his supporters begins right now. One of them, they've already passed off that loyalty of being with Khan and spending the night over. The second begins in a very short while from now. As the day approaches, as the sun goes out, as the temperature goes up, so will the political temperature go up as well. That will be the other challenge, whether or not his supporters, whether they hold fort or not. Rahisha?
Thank you, Nas, for getting us up to speed on this. That was our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik live from Islamabad. Thanks very much.